everything came here.
With all the hassles that changing both jobs and cities bring, I had little time to spend with them those few final weeks, and that last Sunday seemed to arrive so quickly. I wish I knew. How could you repay someone for their devotion? Could it ever be enough?
I hope you noticed, in your honor, your grandfather turned on the air conditioner today.
Yeah, I thought I could breathe.
It was a wonderful meal, wasn't it, Nicholas?
Stunning, Nan.
You're not going to get a meal like that in Seattle, Nikki.
I know. Nan, I'm sorry
For what?
for leaving. And, well, I don't know.
Well, Nikki, maybe you feel bad for us because you love us, but you're not sorry. You have such a wonderful life ahead of you in Seattle, so why waste your time being sorry? If I was sorry for every sad thing that happened in my life, I wouldn't be able to get out of bed anymore. But one thing I know for sure, Nicholas, you can't keep the people you love most around forever. So just try to be happy, okay?
Nicholas, did your grandfather tell you?
What?
He's selling the car.
No, he didn't mention.
3 days ago, he tried to drive and dented the back fender. Guess how? Pulling out of the garage. Didn't even make it to the street. Thank God no one was killed.
Gramps, you're selling the car?
I'm bored with driving.
That's terrific. I would have been worried about you.
Don't you ever worry about me.
Well,
Nicholas, for your plane trip, I made you a lasagna.
Nan, I can't take a lasagna on the plane.
Why not?
I don't know. Just seems like something you can't do.
Fine, I'll mail it to you.
Nan, you're gonna mail a lasagna?
Well, I just sent your sister 12 pounds of fettuccine alfredo in the mail.
All right, all right. Well, that's me. So, I'll see you all real soon, okay? So, no goodbyes. No goodbyes.
Goodbye, Nick.
Gramps!
I forgot the rules. But, goodbye, Nick.
Gramps, please.
Tango familia, Nicola. You know what that means? Go.
Call us when the plane lands.
But don't spend any money.
And just let the phone ring twice.
You're all really something, you know that? And I hope you know I have to do this. I have to.
I love you, Nicholas. Who's hungry?
He's gone. How can you think of food now? Maybe just some provolone.
And so I caught my flight, and 6 hours later, I was in Seattle, my new home. And 2 days later, a 15-pound lasagna arrived for me in the mail. My new job, loved it. More challenging, more responsibilities, and within a week, I met this account executive from my office, Teresa, whom I immediately knew was pretty special. Around 2 months later, I flew back home to attend the funeral of my grandfather, Nunzio. He died from prostate cancer, which had spread to his liver and kidneys. My nan told me they'd known about it since before I left, but they didn't want to burden me. Burden me? How could they not have said anything? If any one of them had, I would have stayed. No question.
A couple years after Nicholas left, Frank, my baby, passed on. Emma and I ate dinner together for nearly a year after that, until she too suffered a severe stroke. God rest them. I still cook 2 meals a day for myself and make something a little special on Sundays. And I still see my Nicholas. Because of his job, he flies to New York often and always pays his grandmother a visit.
Hi, Nan.
Nicholas!
How are you? God, it's hot in here.
Oh, you look hungry. Let me put the ravioli in the water.
I am so sorry, Nan. The meeting ran long, and I have to catch this flight.
Oh, the water's already boiling. It'll just take a minute.
No, Nan, let's not eat. Let's just sit and talk.
The ravioli looks beautiful.
Nan, I'm moving
Oh, Nicholas, back home?
to Portland. I got another job, a vice president, a wonderful promotion. And Nan, I had this idea. Move with me to Portland. It's a beautiful city.
Nicholas.
Nan, your whole life you've lived here, taking care of Gramps and, well, come to Portland. You won't have to take care of anybody. Besides, there's no one here for you anymore.
Do you know where I've always wanted to go? Atlantic City. Nuns and Emma always came back with such stories, but your grandfather would have no part in such a fancy place. But one day, I left him a plate in the icebox, and I went. And you know what? I didn't like it. No, the whole time I was there, I was wishing I was back home, taking care of your grandfather. He needed me too, so much. How many people can get to my age and can say that? There was someone who needed them that much. I can say that. Nicholas, I can't go. Not from here. Your grandfather built this house for me. How can I go? Stay for dinner, please.
Okay. Not long after, I achieved what my grandparents considered the greatest accomplishment known to man. I married. Tango Familia. And now when Teresa and I sit home in Portland, awaiting the birth of our first child, my mind often wanders back to those few final days spent with my grandparents. What is most clear to me is that they spent their entire lives working so that their family would be more educated and successful than they were. But what they could never quite figure out was who I had become, or how I would continue their legacy. And when I looked back at my grandparents, I too saw only a vague reflection of myself. But they let me go. They got me to laugh. And to this day, I still get great food in the mail.
Everything came beautiful, didn't it, Nicholas?
Aw.
In time.